Hello, YouTubers. It's Music Therapy Labs here again with another countdown to the 12 days of Christmas with some more gift ideas. Yes, they just don't stop because there's so many gift ideas you can give to your musician friend or family member or music lover. But for the most part, these are going to be guitar related things now or music writer, singer-songwriter ideas. And so I wanted to start off with the first thing, which is your musician is gonna want to write their own songs. I mean, if they don't, that would be sad because I think we need good new music. Come here, Roxy. But uh, but one of the things that they could really use to help them write music is a dry erase board. And I know this sounds kind of cheesy. However, it's a great way when they're working together as a group or a band to jot down like how the parts of the song are going so that they all can see it and they can explain to each other, okay, the chorus is going to be this part and we're going to do it 1, 2, 3 times or whatever, right? So a dry erase board, a small one or a large one, is a really good like learning tool. You can also, grid out like chords and things that you're learning, or there's a lot of things, that are really useful using a little dry erase board like that. Of course, you want to have the dry erase pen, so that's a good tool for musicians who are writing or learning. And then also like just some kind of small journal book like this so they can jot down ideas, even draw names of their band or whatever. I mean, musicians are going to come up with 1,000 band names. They're going to do logos and all kinds of stuff. So that's another thing that you can get them, a really nice journal or something where they can write notes and talk about their life experiences and stuff. And then I think more importantly is, of course, all these nice guitars and stuff like these two that are behind here, you need to maintain them as well. So it's good for them to learn how to do that themselves. And I highly, highly recommend that you have them go check out, or you, if you're watching, go check out Phil McKnight. That's Philip McKnight's YouTube channel. Just punch in Know Your Gear or Phil McKnight. I should have been wearing his shirt, right? I have a different one I could have been wearing. I should have wore that. But anyway, Phil McKnight is a great guy. He started his channel a few years ago, and he owned a store. He's done a lot of repairs and work on guitars. That was his bread and butter, I think. And smart guy. And he's a really open music community-oriented guy. I highly recommend you check out his channel because if there's anything you need to know about how to repair or adjust or do to your guitar, he's going to be able to show you, and he'll have YouTube videos that you can watch for free. All this stuff is for free. You can, of course, support his channel by buying t-shirts like I do, or doing these things called super chats within the stream when you're talking and chatting. Streams are like when you're like watching a live discussion and people are in the chat chatting away on their computers or their phones. You can even like send money that way, like send like a PayPal like tip or something like that, which is really nice to do. You can also support through other like social support memberships like Patreon, and there are some others like that. So highly recommend you go check out his channel because he's got even PDFs that you can print off that help you, that are checklists of how to do everything, as well as how to buy a guitar, buy a used guitar, how not to make a mistake on a purchase, right? Come on, Roxy, come over here because I need to use both my hands. So the other thing, well, of course, what I'm getting to is having a little tool kit of sorts is great. So he's recommended getting like a little mini toolbox or something, or tackle box you can buy for like a fisherman, like a fishing tackle box. I have a lot of these like bins in my like little area in my closet and in my like little bookshelf thing in my studio room. So I keep all kinds of guitar related stuff. This one actually I had guitar stands in it for a while, but I've been keeping them out more. And it's great to have all the stuff that you need for your repairs or maintenance in one place, right? So what do we have in here? These are items that you can buy for your bassist or guitarist to help to maintain their instrument. And I suggest starting early on that. So first off, you can get them a guitar kit like this. It's a repair or maintenance kit, and inside of here is going to have all kinds of tools that you're going to be able to use for your guitar maintenance, right? You got these mini many kind of like screwdrivers and whatnot. You've got, you know, pliers, needle nose type pliers, cutting tool for snipping the strings, even socket heads and stuff. Here you've got like a screwdriver end with a variety of different like heads there that you can use, right? And then there's even tweezers, right? Because you might need tweezers. I'm not sure for what. I don't think I've ever used them. But let's say something falls into your guitar and you need to get it out of the hole. I don't know. And a socket thing, so that goes onto the end of the screwdriver thing. And then I also included into this one, I added this thing that I was talking about in the previous video. You can add this to a drill. And you can even buy small handheld types of battery operated drills that you can, you know, use, or screwdrivers that you can use to turn the tuning pegs on your guitar, right? So if you need to do quick tuning, if you want to do your tuning quick. If you want to do it slow, that's up to you. I'd prefer not to tune slow or replace my strings slowly. I'd like to replace them quickly. All right, anyway, so there's that. I also keep in that box a lint-free type of cloth like this. You can buy these at any place. Like I usually buy them at the dollar store because you can get a bunch of them for $1. I've got another bigger, stronger screwdriver that's got different tip ends on it, and wrapped around it I keep a piece of this kind of Velcro, a Velcro tie. I have a number of other Velcro ties, but it's great to have these little Velcro ties to like keep your cables and your stuff organized, right? So if you're out on a gig or whatever, you can wrap things so that they don't get all messed up. Another thing that's really good to have is a small flashlight. Now this is kind of bigger. This is, you know, it's an LED type of flashlight, so it'll last forever. But the bottom line is that, you know, if you're at a gig or somewhere, you need to be able to see what you're doing. It's good to have a flashlight, right? But it's a lot better to have a flashlight that you don't have to hold, so that way you can have your hands free. And so you can get one of these camper type flashlights, right? So this is a camper style, and it has this movable thing here, right? And basically you just turn it on. Oh, that's the red light. So if you want to use the red light so that it doesn't really show out in the audience or whatever, that'll work too to help you light. But this is also LED, so it'll last forever. And then you can move it, even though Roxy doesn't want me to move it. You can move it in a position where it helps you see what you're doing, right? So these kind of camping or hiking, sorry, Roxy. You can get a Roxy too. Roxys are great to have. So it's really good to have one of those. It's saved my jam night several times when I needed to be able to see what I was doing in a dark room. So then the next step, of course, in maintenance is having, let me move this stuff out of the way, is having some kind of cleaning and restoring type of materials, right? So this is a really good kind of guitar detailer. It's an excellent one for your frets. So that's the neck of the guitar. That's that part. Those are your frets. The metal parts are your frets, and then the fretboard is the wooden part. So this is good, you know, overall, the overall surface of the guitar as well. But you can also get a set like this, and I just keep it in the box until it's gonna completely fall apart. I keep everything in the box so it's organized, right? And I keep it all inside there. And this is a complete guitar cleaning and maintenance kind of system for polishing your guitar, for everything, right? So the different finishes. And then you can also get something like this little kit that I got from Stu Mac. So Stu Mac is a high pro quality, they're a company that sells like even guitar kits and pedal kits and stuff. You can build your own guitars and pedals, but they sell really quality grade, professional grade tools and materials. And for example, this is a set that I got. It comes with everything from the fretboard guards that go over the slots. So these things go over the metal part that's called the, let me show you. I can put one on here real quick just to show you. Okay, so if you need to just polish out your frets real good, if they're getting all bumpy and whatnot, these are meant for that, to polish them down, sand them down a little bit and polish them down. It even comes with that little file, and it has a variety of different grit levels, right? And they actually have a little chart, color-coded chart for those grit levels, so you can start, from one and work all the way down until it's nice and perfectly polished. And then this tool is a very important tool, but you have to be careful how you use it, right? And this is to polish the ends of the fret. So let's say you have a guitar you bought and you're living like where Phil McKnight lives in Arizona, and it's a dry climate and whatnot, and even though you may keep everything inside all the time, the ends here of the fret, this part right here, they can be sharp sometimes. If it's not a high quality, like this is a decent quality guitar, these Washburns, but it wasn't a $1,000 guitar or anything like that. It was a couple $100 or so. I think I got this one half off or something as well. I always try to find a deal. Great guitar for the money. But the bottom line is, if you're living in a dry climate, you're going to have this thing may occur. It's called fret sprout. And it's when these frets, these metal parts, they seem to like sprout outwards. Well, it's not the metal that's growing. Obviously, it's the wood that's shrinking a little bit. And you can feel that when you run your hand down along here like that. It's going to almost feel like it's cutting into your fingers. So if you ever go to a guitar shop, go look at the cheap $200 acoustic guitars or electric guitars and go like this. And then go look at the 1,000 and up guitars and go like that. And you're going to go, oh. And the difference is going to be how it feels when you're gripping it and you're moving around. It's nice to not have the metal cutting into your hand to be smoother, right? It's more comfortable and all that. So that tool is meant to very carefully file away the metal a little bit so you don't have that problem. I highly suggest you try that on a cheaper, inexpensive guitar first. Maybe even buy one off Craigslist for $20-30 or get it at a garage sale and see what you can do with it that way first so you don't do any damage. Practice a little first, right? So I've got my kit in here. I haven't even used this yet because I just recently got it, not too long ago. And so I've been using the nail file technique that he also says you can do. He did a video where he says, you can go to a dollar store and get all the tools you need to maintain your guitar in perfect condition at a dollar store for little money. But this is like if you want to do it in more higher quality. I'm a perfectionist, so I want it perfect. So anyway, so that's it for the guitar kit side of things. It's also good to have a set of Allen keys for your guitars. Each guitar is usually going to come with a set if it's got a Floyd Rose or something like that, but you definitely want to have a truss rod type key, and you can get even higher quality truss rod keys. And then it's also good to have other types of these little containers for parts and stuff. It just it's easier to organize stuff, right? So I like to have my stuff organized. I have everything labeled, so when I need something, I'm not digging around looking for it. I know where it's at, and I can quickly do it. So one of the things I think I wanted to show you guys was when I have these guitars, why I have them out here, is another really good gift to get is a guitar stand like this. So I like these kind. I don't like the kind where it's leaning on the neck. I like it where it's actually got the guitar leaning against the back of the body. So I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm going to lean this down. And the way this works, okay, so the back of the body is leaning against there like that. And so I have this one in the living room here. I play this more often than any other guitar, I think, just because it's around. And then another one that I really like, and that one, by the way, it folds up. Another one I really like is these Fender ones. What's great about these Fender ones, let me set it down here so you can see this, is, for typical electrics, they make acoustic size and electric size. It sits right in there, really nice. So obviously, if somebody knocked over your guitar, it might knock it out, right? But for the most part, these are, gonna Be great for if you're at like a jam or at a friend's house or whatever. They hold in there pretty good. But why I love them is because of this. That's right. That's all the space it takes up. And I throw this in my like little pedal board gig bag or whatever when I go to a jam night. I can put 3 or 4 in there if I'm playing a bunch of guitars. And I like to play different ones. So this is a great gift. It's like 10, 12, 15 bucks, or you can get 2 packs or 4 packs or whatever. And you know, that'll work great for if they're wanting to have somewhere to put their guitar instead of leaning against the freaking amplifier or against the wall where it's definitely going to get hurt. So that's my advice for gift ideas for the 6th day, actually, 6th day of Christmas. So counting down to 12 days of Christmas, and I'm wearing, this is kind of special, I think I should talk about this. So my relative, he's like a second cousin of mine from Hungary, visited us back like around almost 18 years ago, 19 years ago. And he stayed at my place in San Mateo, and he was really into movies and music and sound, and he was working at a local church doing their sound mixing and stuff. He ended up starting this company, Kiwi Sound, because he loved kiwis. When he discovered kiwis here in California, he had to have kiwis like on a regular basis. And he went on to do really, really well. He's a very focused guy. Went back to Hungary after being here for many years. And he got involved in the movie business that's burgeoning over there in Budapest, Hungary. And, you know, got in, man. He did some of the sound work for The Borgias. I think that's the name of the show on HBO or Showtime. And then I think recently he did a really big, he's done some movies too, but he did a really big award-winning, they won, I think, Golden Globe or Academy Award, I think Academy Award for sound for one of the made-for-TV type long series on Picasso. I think it's Antonio Banderas is the actor and producer of that about Picasso. So that guy Tomasz did Kiwi Sound. I don't know if it's still the company that he runs by, but really proud of him for doing that. And it was awesome to see him make it, you know. And so I'm wearing his shirt in his honor, I guess, tonight. And I guess that's it for tonight with this countdown to Christmas, day 6. Hope you guys are having a great Christmas shopping like season, finding all the gifts you want for your friends. Hope you get some for yourself. Oh yeah, and that's something I also wanted to show. I did get something for myself today. Where did I put it, Roxy? Let me go find it. I'll be right back. It came today. I packaged it. Yes, it's not exactly an unboxing because it came in a package because it was just a small item, but I couldn't pass up on this one of those clearance deals that I always recommend you look at the blowout clearance area because that's how you find these deals. So remember I talked about earbuds? Well, check these out. JBLs, right? So these are pure bass, 0 cable, 100% no cable, Bluetooth, plug in your ear type earbuds, and high quality. All right,